artificial vocal cords for the kid who can brainwash people by asking them a question? Just good job, Horikoshi. Good job. What's up? It's Truth Hero, and welcome back to another My Hero Academia chapter review. Today we'll be discussing Boku no Hero Academia chapter 195 of the manga. It's all about Shinso, baby. So, chapter 195 starts out with Shinso greeting all of his classmates, but what he says here kind of took me by surprise. He just comes out and says it. I'm desperate. That's the truth. Personally, I didn't know Shinso would be that honest with his classmates, but I guess it makes sense once you hear his impassioned speech about how he's light years behind everyone and he sees everyone as an obstacle to be overcome. Let's remember that Shinso's not here to make friends. He's here to be a hero. Whether or not people know that Shinso's desperate to become a hero doesn't change the fact that Shinso's going to do everything in his power to become a hero. The only question now is, can his classmates keep up? After this, most of the chapter focuses on the rules for the training exercise between Class 1A and Class 1B. I'm not really going to cover this because it's just rules and it's pretty boring. However, if there is one takeaway from this, it's that the teams must capture their opponents rather than best them in combat. This is important given the fact that Shinso has Aizawa's capture scarf and his quirk really isn't suited for battle. Then we find out the teams for the training exercise. Now, the Class 1A team comprising of Kirishima, Kaminari, Tsuyu, and Koda really isn't that important in regards to Shinso. However, the Class 1B team is. I'm not sure how much a simple training exercise will affect the arc of this manga, but it's very peculiar that Shinso just happens to end up on the Class 1B team that is also comprised of Monoma. As we see at the end of the chapter, Shinso can copy people's voices with his mask, but perhaps Monoma could copy his quirk, making imprisoning the other team pathetically easy. I'd like to take this time to talk about the implications of Shinso's quirk. He has the scarf, which, if it's like Aizawa's, will allow him to capture people. He has the mask, which can mimic anyone's voice, and then there's the third option of having someone help Shinso in what he'll be doing with his quirk, which, if you haven't seen my other videos on Shinso, hint hint, it'll be capturing the traitor. First, let's talk about the scarf that Shinso wears. I think by this point it's safe to assume that this scarf is like Professor Aizawa's, especially since Shinso was training with him. I predict that in this arc or in this training exercise, Shinso will use it to capture his opponents. Also, this is a very good choice for Shinso since he lacks skills in combat and this can make up for it. Number 2, the mask. This is just awesome. I was wondering how Shinso would become a hero and fight villains, because if the villains found out his secret, they would just not engage with him. They just don't answer his questions and they're free to do whatever they want. He's powerless against them. I mean, I guess he has his scarf, but that's about it. Now that Shinso can mimic other people's voices, you never know who is talking to you and he can get the upper hand on you. Also, this hasn't been mentioned in the manga yet, but the mask has things on the side that look like headphones. This could protect Shinso's hearing as well as himself against his own quirk. Think about it. If people like Monoma were able to touch Shinso, they could talk to him and brainwash him as well. This protects Shinso against any copy quirks or even ones that reflect his quirk back at him. Now, in terms of people helping Shinso with his quirk, I think Shinso still has a long way to go. He clearly needs combat experience, and he needs to use this mask and the scarf to better his abilities. However, this doesn't mean that Shinso has to do what he's going to do with his quirk alone, which, again, I believe Shinso will out the traitor of UA. It's possible that, using his quirk, Shinso will capture the traitor, or at least make it easier for one of the UA staff, like Professor Aizawa, to do this. However, he might need a friend, he might need some help, and I believe that person could be Monoma. Monoma wants nothing more than to out one member of Class 1A. He hates Class 1A. So if it was revealed that a traitor is in Class 1A and Shinso finds this out, Monoma might help him do this. Also, it broadens the scope of who the traitor could be. Yes, we know it could be anyone in Class 1A and Class 1B and the teacher staff. Personally, I think it's a member of Class 1A, but Monoma could use Shinso's quirk on his own class to to see if any of them are the traitor. Watch out, this is quite the dynamic duo. But what do you guys think? Do you think Shinso, perhaps with the help of Monoma, will reveal the UA traitor? Also, let me know down below, what do you think about Shinso's awesome new abilities? If you like My Hero Academia content, consider enrolling at UA today by clicking the subscribe button down below. Until next time, Plus Ultra.